What's up, fight fans? This is Carefoot with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Martin Carefoot. If you guys don't know who Martin Carefoot is, he's the pig farmer who claimed that he was offered 25,000 pounds to lie to clear Tyson Fury and his cousin over a failed drug test. Now he has dropped his sensational allegations. Of course, he said he lied about supplying the boar meat to Fury to defend his failed drug test. The Lancashire pig farmer is no longer cooperating with the investigation, which is still ongoing. Okay. Backstory, people. Tyson and Huey Fury, they tested positive for nandrolone, okay, which is either a banned substance or a performance-enhancing drug, back in February of 2015, mind you. And following a urine test in September in 2016, Fury was accused of refusing to provide another sample for further testing, okay? But both men denied doping and maintained that the presence of the banned substance was because they had contaminated fitness supplements or because they had regularly eaten uncastrated wild boar meat. Okay. Now, a lot of this boar meat, it includes entrails and internal organs, and it's thought to bring a natural level of nandrolone in the body. Okay, so that story was supported by Mr. Carefoot, who initially confirmed that he had supplied the boar meat. Now, the weird thing is he came out mysteriously and said that, hey, I lied. I lied, and the reason for him lying is because they didn't give him the money that they told him that they were going to give him. So basically, he lied for them, but because they lied to him and didn't give him the money, now he's telling the truth or whatever. But now he is going back, or he's retracting his claim that he did lie. Okay, so for whatever reason, he's no longer cooperating with the investigation in the heavyweight champion Fury's positive test for anabolic steroid nandrolone in February 2015. Okay, now this was a big shock. A lot of people that was looking for stuff jumped on this. Okay, I don't know where Mr. Martin came from. I don't know why he came out after 5 years. It made no sense, because if you think about it, if Tyson Fury or Huey or both of these guys paid this farmer, or said that they were going to pay this farmer 25,000 pounds, but then they still get suspended, why would they want to pay him? I mean, just to play devil's advocate, the reason why this guy, if it was true, because they had tested positive, and people, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter if he took pig meat, doesn't matter if he took contaminated substances, supplements, it didn't matter, because he is responsible, or they are responsible, for whatever goes in their body. Point blank and period. He was suspended, okay? And of course, he blamed it ultimately on mental illness anyway. Tyson Fury did. So it really didn't matter, because he still paid the price for taking the nandrolone, however it got in his body. Okay, so they just needed him for whatever excuse, but that excuse didn't clear him from the crimes. Okay, the reason why it's ongoing now is because the new information that this guy lied about what he said before, which didn't make sense anyways, because it was just an excuse. They could have left Martin Carefoot out of it. They didn't have to bring Martin Carefoot to their aid to prove that they're not cheating, when they already know they're going down for cheating. They're getting fined for cheating. So they're guilty for cheating. It doesn't matter, you know. But the underlying thing now is, why is this guy retracting? That's the major thing about this whole ordeal. And I know people are going to question this, and they should, you know. But the thing is, I think also, This is a case of attempted double jeopardy. And let me explain. Huey and Tyson Fury, they both were fined. Now they might have got a more stringent fine. I think that's what it was for. But at the end of the day, it was stupid for what they decided to do for the reason. They could have said, "Man, we didn't take anything. We're innocent." Pulled a Jarrell Miller. "I never took anything. I never did anything. I don't know how." Okay, and it looks like Canelo got his idea from those guys, because this happened in 15. So the eating of contaminated meat was probably a good idea to revert to run to when you did get tested positive. Uncastrated boar meat. And if they got it from boar meat, that means it's not illegal at all. That means it's natural if they're eating it from boar meat, right? Because it's supposed to naturally raise your levels of nandrolone. But anyway, Mr. Carefoot added, he said, I've had nothing but problems, right. I had nothing but problems right from the beginning of this, and I don't want to get involved. Okay. It's bad it's bad all the way around, because the naysayers of Tyson Fury, the people that are trying to hang him for this particular 5-year-old drug test and this guy's new statements, people are going to question that why now that this guy retract from being bold enough to come forward. Okay, he already did an unhonest thing, okay, by saying, "Hey, I lied." So then your credibility doesn't mean anything. Now you're saying, "Hey, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. I'm going to retract it. I have nothing but problems now. I don't want nothing to do with it." But loose lips sink ships. If you guys ever noticed that, that means what you can say can ruin someone. Okay? And the only thing that actually been ruined is this guy's credibility. You lie for Tyson Fury, then you claim that you lied because you agreed to take a bribe, so that makes you double dirty, right? Now you're withdrawing from it altogether. So the number one question is, why is this guy withdrawing what he said or he broke silence about? The only thing that I can think of is somebody that contacted him, either bribed him, gave him the money, that convinced him, like, "Hey, I'm giving you an offer you can't refuse," kind of deal. Or they threatened him, and said, "Hey, your life will be miserable if you don't withdraw your statement." Something had to be done. Out of all, look at all these months. That's been back in March. It's July. Now in July, a day ago, you're going to come forward and say, "You know what? I'm withdrawing from it." So someone had to be giving him some type of beef, some type of problems, from what he said initially about him lying. So that's the only thing I can come up with. And it's not really a conspiracy. It's just, it makes you wonder, if you use your common sense, who was talking to this guy? Who got to this guy? Which to me, it doesn't really matter anyway, because it's all petty, because this is something that already happened 5 years ago. You know what I mean? So to come up with something like that now, it's to me, it comes off desperate. For whoever, would ran to this and was like, "Oh, see, Tyson Fury's a cheater." But you have to remember something, people. Tyson Fury, the people that ran to this story as a savior, as refuge to Tyson Fury being dishonest, okay? They ran to this story before Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's drug test came back. So they were trying to imply that, hey, if he cheated 5 years ago, he'll cheat now with supplements, which both of the guys came up clean, so they had to run to the other, accusations. Okay, but anyway, it seems strange to me. You guys tell me what you think about Martin Carefoot's retracted statements. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.